Dying is kind of cool, though. You gotta admit it, right?
That feeling when dying's pretty pogu.
Ew. Is it a thing?
Pogu?
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
What's
Probably.
wrong with pogu?
I think Pogu is a thing.
Pogu's a thing. People always pogu. It's like when you send a Twitter post and you say you took a shit for the first time, and then people go pogu. No, they go poogu.
They go Pogo.
Poogu champ. That means you poo good champion.
Ooh. That makes sense.
Ooh.
My grandma commented that on like one of my Facebook posts at one point. I wasn't sure what it meant, but like
Your grandma says poogu?
my grandma's dead, but like at the same time, she could say Pogu if I were to ask her nicely.
Do I get the poogus from my grandma?
Yeah, just a little bit of Pogu action.
No, I don't get that at all.
You ever? I don't know if I want to do this one anymore. Never mind.
My grandma's never poogued.
You ever go for a no denture adventure?
No.
Hey Ken, you're in the MILFs.
I don't like the idea of that.
Nah.
Come on, Ken.
It's safer.
Don't look for the positives.
Oh my god.
Less chance of bodily harm.
You're probably. Hold on a second. I think you're onto something. Who, what, when, where, and why? You ever watch Spy Kids?
I did watch Spy Kids.
Did you
Yes.
like it?
Anybody ring the Dingster?
Oh, that
I
was the
liked
worst
it.
one.
I didn't like the thumb minions in the first one. They were scary.
Yeah. What's the first one? The one with Steve Buscemi where he just went all existential crisis on
I
us?
think it's the second one.
Yeah. Like, do you think God stays up at heaven because he too fears what we created?
Is that the second one? Wait, is the second one the video game one? Or is
No, that's the third one.
That's 3D.
is the second the dinosaur one? Like the big...
Yeah.
creepy-
Yeah.
Oh,
So, yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought that
what
was
So,
the
yeah, no,
first...
the
Oh,
second
you're
one
right. The
was-
first one's big creepy thumb guy.
Yeah.
That's correct. You got it. We got the timeline together, fellas. All right, everyone subscribe for that sweet freaking Spy Kids lore action.
We've done it. The canon Spy Kids timeline has finally been awoken. But it's
The
10.
dime.
Ken, you're a dime.
I'm a fucking quarter. What are we talking about?
You're absolutely right.
The big boog.
He's fine. He's all right. Don't worry. Don't worry. He's fine. He's just suffocating. He's fine.
Don't worry.
He's fine. He's just
Oh,
suffocating. It's okay.
Does it have to be a red Pikmin because it's a hottie toddy?
Yeah. No, it doesn't. But like, it's just like hot flesh. Like it's cooling down because it was able to breathe in air or something. I don't know. I don't care. He's got those hottie. He's got the body yaddy yaddy yaddy. You know how it is.
The body yaddy yaddy yaddy.
You not know what a body yaddy 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 is?
I actually don't know what a body yaddy 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 is.
Okay, it's something that. What the fuck's her name? Megan the Stallion. That's the one.
Megan the Stallion?
Yeah. What do you mean who? She's like world famous.
Megan the Stallion.
She's like as famous as Nicki Minaj. You know that one?
I know Mickey.
Okay.
She's Nicki Minaj. She sings, you know, the song.
Very annoyingly, yes, I remember.
Yeah, it's like Nicki Minaj.
I'm Nicki.
Minaj.
Nicki's literally a goblin with like a stick that bangs on a drum and just like makes music.
I don't know if I know any actual Nicki Minaj music. I just always see her in like videos complaining or like saying something.
Seeing that
I
she's
don't think
not
I've
like
ever
real
heard
artist.
a song. Well, like sing. What's one song? No, wait.
Monster? Well, she was featured in that one. Super Bass.
You know what? No, Anaconda. Yep.
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah.
Well,
Was she featured in that one? Or is that actually her song?
it says Nicki Minaj Anaconda, but like I feel like she's not the main singer.
She's probably just like one of the main persons. I don't know. I haven't heard that song in a while.
I do remember when that came out on like MTV, the music video.
The what? I don't know. I don't know that name.
The music television channel.
That doesn't sound real.
It's where X Play was aired.
Well, what's that?
Did you watch? It was a very cringy show about people like talking about video games, and
Were they playing
everybody.
video games?
You know what? I don't think they actually ever played video games, but everybody really loved it at the time, and I guarantee you, if any of those people watched it now, they would realize how stupid it was. I don't really know. Do you remember Robot Wars?
I do remember Robot Wars. Was that on MTV? I was about to say Z.
MTV? Yeah, it was on MTV.
It should be on MTZ. We should do a Robot Wars.
I'd do a Robot Wars.
We should
know how to make
guys. Let's become the new offline TV. I think we'd be like really good at it.
How do you offline? Like, what does offline TV actually do?
They have like a bunch of like, I don't know, entertaining people, and like we need to find some like attractive stars, not stars, but you know, like internet personalities, just so we have some sort of like appeal, so that way they don't click on it for our ugly faces. They actually click on it for them.
I thought we were attractive stars.
I mean, listen, okay, our is too strong. I think my ugly face is the problem. Listen, we're going to put you guys in the forefront. That's the main thing. So you're going to go, they're going to be talking about in your mannerisms. Like, it's so cute whenever Matt just like blows out a Hawks of Lukey for no reason.
Ew.
He goes, like, it's so cute. Like, oh my God, I made a whole compilation of it.
I fucking hate when people do that, by the way. I cannot stand that.
Hawk of Lukey?
Yeah, whenever, like, if you're ever walking around and all of a sudden you, like, pass some... It's always just a random guy that just, like, goes... and, like, spits on the ground.
Yeah.
I don't understand, like, why it's always so close to me. Like, I walk by them, and then 4 feet behind me, all of a sudden I hear...
Do you feel like a wetness hit your neck?
I mean, I can, like, picture it. It doesn't hit me, but, like, in my head, like, I can actively picture the loogie that they just spat out.
I spit because my mouth is either like too mucusy or I got too much spit.
I've done that. I have occasionally spat out because of the mucus or maybe too much spit, if it's like mucusy spit. But like on average, I probably do that outside maybe once every 4 months. And it's just odd to me that like on a weekly basis that seems to happen. I feel like it's a T-pose thing. Like, I honestly do feel like it's a fake Chad thing that like people, like certain people, you'll walk by someone and they'll like see you 15 feet away and then they'll spit on the ground and keep walking and then they'll spit again after walking past you. And like, I can't think of any other reason people would do it like with somebody in their vicinity, right?
There's a possibility that they were just like, yeah, they were just like spitting on your turf just to be an asshole.
I think they do. I think they try to do it. They're like, I'm a badass. Look at me. Pfft, I spit in public. That's cool. I'm like, it's not cool. Like, you probably have a disease or something. That's why you're spitting.
That's nasty. Don't put your biofluids everywhere. That's disgusting.
It is just weird. I mean, I feel like it's that. It's like, I can't piss in public, so I guess I'll just spit all over the place. That'll show them.
There's probably some sort of psychological thing about that.
Hey, I spat over there. That's my territory.
Listen, you just walked through my spit. That means I own you.
Like, really, what you got to do is you got to look them in the eye, walk right above the spit loogie that they just spat, and spit on top of their spit loogie.
That's how you... You're going to do that one day, and somebody's going to clock you for that.
They definitely will. Like...
you just spit on my spit?
You spat on my spit? Yeah, I just spat. What are you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna spit on your spat, and then I'm gonna slap the shit out of your spat.
I'm gonna spat, your spat, and then somebody like a mile away is gonna go, you having a spat, and they sprint over and spit on your spat.
And then it's like a big old brawl, and they're like,
This is how wars are had. This is how it all begins.
That's actually how World War II started. It was very intense.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Cut that out, please.
I'm cutting that out. I'm not keeping that in. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
There's no fucking way. I would not be able to keep that in.
Here lies the epic commentary you will never hear because...
because...
The other thing, I've noticed there are people that specifically walk on the wrong side of the of any given path just to see if they can get away with it. I can tell. They give you the look.
They're just kind of like beady-eyed a little bit. They're like...
There's a specific look. If you stare at them in the eye, they'll have this look of like, I know you know that I'm walking on the wrong side of the road. I'm gonna do it anyways because I know you're gonna move for me. And then sometimes, like, they're right. I'm gonna move for them because I don't want to crash into some lard.
I'm gonna do it just to prove a point. Like that's how fucking petty I can get sometimes.
I've thought about it sometimes. Usually my passive aggressive way is like, yeah, I'll move, but I'm still gonna be like almost touching your elbow. And they always have this eye roll effect of like, oh, I can't believe they did that. It's like, you're walking on the wrong side of the path. What do you want?
I was such a bitch one time. I was walking from a bar, and then just like these people were just not fucking unchain linking themselves. They're just making a big old wall, and I shoved my fucking shoulder through a fucking guy because I was pissed at him. I was like, don't fucking walk through me like that. I was not gonna move for your giant wall of people, you motherfucker.
I do make it a habit of like...
Too. He was like, that fucking guy did that. I was just like, I don't care. Fuck you.
You're in the... Like, you're all... It always drives me nuts when it's like 10 people, and instead of like forming rows of 4 or something, like still being a cluster, still being able to hear everybody, they all just line up and blockade the entire path, and then they look at you like, oh, you're gonna walk like 20 feet off the path, right? And walk around us in the mud? It's like, no, just move. Like, make room. What is your problem?
Exactly. That's my thought process too. And he's lucky he was with a bunch of like his girlfriends, his friends who are girls. Because I would have shouldered them, but I'm not that kind of guy, so I chose him. He also was at the edge, so I win.
Bikers do that a lot too. Have you ever like dealt with like a group of like 50 bikers?
No, I've never, thank God.
Like not motorcycles, just like regular bikes. It's the most annoying thing ever because they all line up in like, it's 4 people on bikes lined up next to each other. And they always try to do a similar thing of like, yeah, this entire road's ours, right?
We're having a conversation, all right? We're talking about something it's completely unrelated to biking, although it's probably about biking.
Even though it takes me like literally a second to pull a button to slow me down slightly, go behind, and then move forward. Like, oh, we can't do that.
It's the worst thing. I hate it when people do this. I know why they do it. You know, it's more open, but it's so much more dangerous. Whenever I'm driving, I don't want your ass next, like in between the curb and the road, like driving in that little divot right there. I don't want you there. I want you on the sidewalk. I know the sidewalks suck. Deal with it. It's like mountain biking.
Yeah. You're not supposed... I think it's like actually illegal to bike on the sidewalk, which is stupid.
What? Hold on a second. There's a thing over there?
I think it's certain... Maybe it's certain states, but it's definitely... You're not supposed to bike on a sidewalk. You're supposed to use the road. And we've got... It's the same with like... We have electric scooter things that you can rent out. You're not supposed to use those on the sidewalk. You have to use the road, and it's ridiculous.
We don't.
Like, I get it if it's a residential, like, city, like, shitty sidewalk, but when it's, like, a city one where it's, like, I don't know, like, 20 feet wide, like, who cares? The bike can get around. As long as they're not zooming and, like, going so fast that they can kill me, like, I don't care.
Yeah, we had that. We have those exact kind of things with the scooters. You can just, like, rent them out, just put a few quarters in, and there you go. Or just, like, scan it with your card. I think nowadays it's a card scan. But,
Yeah.
I was too sober, so I wasn't able to like fight back. But there's these fucking kids that would just drive. Now, of course, they weren't kids; they were adults, but they act like kids, driving their damn scooters right through like my crowd of people, and we were pretty good about being in like a line rather than like a big old wall. They're just being assholes. You should not be trusting drunk people with electric scooters.
It is kind of cool. I want to use one, but I'm too afraid because I've never electric scooted before.
Well, it's nothing special. Unless you get like bumpy roads in this case, in which case, like, hold on tight.
Well, I'm just afraid that if I go on the road and I like mess it up, I'm just gonna like miss and crash and like get ran over.
There's a chance. I wouldn't worry about it too much though.
What if I die?
Don't do that.
If I die due to a scooter-related incident, I want my gravestone to say, "Here lies Matt. It was Rudy's fault. He told him to." And then when you die, I want my tombstone to be changed from whatever it used to be to like a giant statue of me specifically pointing at your tomb. It just says your fault. There's a stone speech bubble above my head.
I love this idea. This is great. We should do this. We should have themed comical tombstones so people can like laugh at us.
Yeah, they'll laugh.
Yeah, they'll be like, hee hee hee.
I would like a hovering, like, it'll be the future, so we have cool tombstones. I want just a giant, like, 20 radius statue of my face really angry. and in the future, we'll have, like, anti-gravity stuff, so it hovers around and, like, spins around, so it can stare at everybody.
You're saying in the future, whatever
Yeah.
the hypothetical here is that you're gonna die like soon on an electric scooter. Unless you wait until the future to rent out one of the old electric scooters to try.
Well, maybe, you don't know, maybe they'll come up with the anti-gravity stuff like tomorrow. That's the future.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
They
They
can
already
do
have
it.
stuff like that. It's just magnets.
Yeah. We just need
Yeah.
a really good magnet, and then my face will hover over. It'll be a 20-foot radius face of me just angry.
And it
And I
spins
wanna
around.
I want to have that sci-fi, like in movies, whenever there's cool sci-fi stuff, there's always that background like
Yes.
I want that to like echo throughout the graveyard.
Wait, Ken, how do you want your gravestone to look?
He's dead.
He's dead?
Yeah.
Personally,
I mean, yeah,
no,
that's the idea.
I was just letting you I was just letting y'all talk.
Oh. You may participate.
My tombstone, I want it to be my grandmama's pound cake recipe, actually.
You wanted
This
to
is
be
like a nice, like, little thing. We're talking about fucking hovering heads.
Oh. No, it was gonna be like, my name and everything, and like right under that, it's gonna be like just a pound cake recipe.
Matt, do you see this fucking frog's dead body that's vibrating? That's what your tombstone's gonna do.